right, great. So I'm going to go ahead and go through, and people can stick around, hear what I have to say about summarizing it. But first of all, to those who really stuck it out all the way through to the bitter end, thank you very much. Really appreciate your participation, and the stuff that you give us takes some time to distill, but it always does make its way to NASA and to into the continued efforts that we have in the LSIC. So I really thought that there were just wonderful presentations and dialogue throughout the entire day. Um, so let me go and say, what did we want to get out of this workshop? I think that we've met pretty much all of these objectives. I know a lot more about some of the near-term capabilities, current states of the art. I think that we have some refined ideas on what maybe where we could push some of the parameters that John's puts into his capability area goals. There were great networking that I made as well. Hopefully other people have done some good networking. The system level thinking was a commonly theme throughout, and I think we got great ideas on what we can do moving forward to continue to enable the community. So, and I had fun. So here were my takeaways. Yes, the chat transcript is going to be shared, so you know. So here was my takeaway from the day. So Ben Greenhagen and the Extreme Environments Group are an excellent resource on the lunar extreme environment, not just the thermal environment. So his talk I thought was a great reference material for anyone who's considering designing for the moon, and we'll have that available for us as well. Oh, sorry, I misspelled palette, David. I'm sorry. These are my fast notes that I was trying to get into the into the takeaways. So I thought the panel gave a great comprehensive view of the solution space design of components intrinsically suited for the moon, which is another topic that came up a lot in our breakout session. Thermal tools that are available, advanced chemical and radioisotope power, and the importance of integrated system design, especially. And then there were a dozen lightning talks that covered these concepts. And lots of information on advanced technologies as well as stuff that just exists right now. And I was saying that David's talk had the highest information density that I've seen in a lightning talk yet. I'm sorry for missing the E on that. I'll correct it as soon as I go out of this. And then Marshall Smart's excellent insight into batteries that are suitable for low temperature environments and current state of the art. Really wonderful information. And finally, I'll just say, so I had the PSR prospecting rover. My takeaways from the session were a couple fold. We had a lot of calls that DRPS scale would be enabling to do very long-term missions, but the regulatory issues are really hard, and that designing for intrinsically capable components will be beneficial essentially across the board. So those are my takeaways, and there will be more. So I see Sean. So how about, can you give maybe just 10 seconds on takeaways from your breakout session?
Sure. I think very, very, very briefly, having the ability for CLPS landers to live through either one or multiple nights is absolutely critical for increasing the ROI of going to the moon. Sort of the technology to do that, we've sort of seen a lot of options here, but also from other spacecraft sort of designs. The technology to do that is not that far away. So,
excellent. And I think Julie is going to give the takeaways from the mini rover session. And you're elevated to a panelist. We see you. Perfect.
Yes, we did it in about 3 seconds. And excuse my inappropriate dress. I got hot and took off my jacket. Yes, our mini rover session was really awesome. Thanks a bunch to everybody who joined, and especially to Mike from Astrobotic, who gave us a review of Cube Rover. We had a lot of discussion about operational modes. That was where we focused on, basically hibernating through the night versus doing some amount of operation at night or in cold regions versus aiming for full operations through the night and in PSRs. And so we talked about a lot of different technologies that could make all of those options possible and things that would need to improve in order to make them possible. And I think one takeaway that I really got from this is that we need to not forget about some of the less common things. You know, we all think about lithium ion batteries, but we had a great comment about thinking about solid state fuel cells instead. And we had some talk about movement and actuators and lubrication during cold temperatures, and that all requires power. It is something that I think if we're just thinking about watts, we don't necessarily consider all the time. So we had some really good talk over there. And yeah, thank you everybody very much for joining us for that.
Awesome. Thank you for putting that together very quickly, Sean and Julie. Really, really appreciate that. It's always hard, I know, at the end of a long day to come up with the cogent things to say. So thank you very much. Thank you to everybody who attended. Yeah, I really enjoyed that, and I look forward to hearing what happens next. So thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.